If your kids love those squishy fidget toys like this one, the ones they can kind of squeeze for stress relief or to help them focus, you may want to take a closer look because the new Consumer Reports investigation found that some of these toys can actually break open when they're squeezed. KCRA 3's Leanne Denier shows us how the material inside could irritate the skin or even cause chemical burns.
Loved by kids, these bright, colorful, squishy balls are often marketed as calming sensory tools. But many parents are seeing a trend. Hundreds of one-star reviews on Amazon reporting the toys popped within an hour or broke within 2 hours of playing with it. Parents have reported the sticky gel from some toys has left kids with red, irritated, or even peeling skin. Reports filed with the federal saferproducts.gov site claim that children suffered severe skin irritation after their squishy toys burst open.
Breakage alone is a concern, but when we saw reports of kids with red or peeling skin and even chemical burn-like injuries, that really raised serious questions, and it made us want to take a look at what's inside of these.
Companies don't have to list the ingredients of what's inside these squishy toys. Some do and some don't. That's why CR scientists decided to test some of these popular squishy toys to learn more about what's inside.
Scientists bought 8 squishy gel toys, broke them open, and tested the pH of the gel inside. 7 had a neutral pH. One of them, the Nido Groovy Glob, had a pH level of 2, which is as acidic as lemon juice or vinegar.
CR safety experts say that the level of acidity could pose a risk of chemical burns, especially on children's delicate skin. The maker of Nido challenged Consumer Reports' pH test results and says that the inner gel is made of polyvinyl alcohol, which is safer for skin contact. The company added that they've been in contact with the CPSC and that after the sale of 100 million Nido toys, there have only been 4 reports of incidents to the CPSC. TikTok trends have also been encouraging people to microwave squishy toys to make them softer. No one should ever do this. Consumer Reports found some toys exploded after just 15 seconds, reaching temperatures above 200 degrees. At that temperature, experts warn instant burns are likely.
These gel toys can be a lot of fun, but it's important for kids to use them safely. Never microwave or freeze them. Don't leave them in the car. Don't give gel-filled toys to babies or toddlers.
And if one does break on your child's skin, wash it off right away and throw out the toy. Leanne Denier, KCRA 3 News.
I have to say, after borrowing this from our producer, Sarah, it is quite lovely.
Can I try?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
My stress has gone way down in the last half hour.